folks. Woke up today trying to figure out if it was Tuesday or Wednesday. By the way, it's Monday. Home wrecking. Smoking some Dunhill Dark Flake, courtesy of Micah, Southwest Aficionado. Very generously sent me a 10 of this. I have to say, so far I'm liking it a lot. Which is a shame, because it's probably the only Dunhill Dark Flake I'll ever smoke. But smoke them if you got them, man. It's the Bones pipe, if you didn't already know that. So what's going on in the world? Saw some weird news stories this weekend I thought were funny. Well, not funny, not all of them anyway. One of them was. One of them, this isn't funny, but let's just call them weird news stories. How about that? A couple in Canada quit their jobs last year sometime. High-paying jobs. Decided to set out on a trip around the world to prove that evil was make-believe. It wasn't real. They were riding their bikes through the world. Because they thought they would be able to connect with people better that way. They would be more helpless or needy, so to speak, and people would take pity or show them generosity because they were in need, maybe. Well, they were in one of the provinces just outside Afghanistan. I can't remember the name of the country. It was one of the stands. Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan. I don't remember. They were riding with a group of about, I want to say there were 5 of them. When a car passed them, drove down the road a ways, turned around, made a U-turn, came back, ran over them. Jumped out of the car, started stabbing them all, and then drove away. The couple were killed, along with 2 other people, I believe. Theory proven wrong. Then in, I believe it was Philadelphia, football game, preseason football game between Washington and Philadelphia. The NFL has changed its rules on how players are to conduct themselves during the anthem. They go back and forth. There's all kinds of controversy. You know the story. Anyway, Washington, either the team or the league, I don't recall, allowed like a dozen of them to kneel during the national anthem. Which infuriated a large number of the people in attendance. And after the game, the police that were hired as security detail went into the locker room, ceremoniously knelt down before the team, and got up and walked out and said, "You're on your own." They had to spend the night in the locker room. Because they deemed it unsafe to try to get to their bus. I think something like that, if people decide to do something like that, what it is, man. Actions have consequences. You're eventually going to piss enough folks off to cause yourself a problem. Then the third item, this is the funny one. I haven't been keeping up with this. I just happened to see a video on it. So it's not first person. But apparently, Trump fired Omarosa. She recorded a bunch of tapes while she was in his employment, none of which have anything on them terribly incriminating. Definitely not illegal. But anyway, she has determined that and stated that he is out to start a race war. This is the person that she practically idolized for years while under his employ, gladly accepting the paycheck that he offered. Speaking highly of him in most cases. And she got caught doing something she wasn't supposed to do, apparently, got fired, and her entire opinion of him changed just like that. She wanted to take her race war message to the media, so the person she chose, excellent choice, Omarosa, excellent choice, was Al Sharpton, who has placed himself firmly at the foundation of several race riots, race flare-ups, whatever you want to call them. Specifically the Crown Heights riots in the early 90s. That caused the deaths of people. He totally denied he had anything to do with it while he was on TV yelling about Jews and diamond merchants and took place in the funeral of one of the people that were killed, where signs were held up that said Hitler didn't finish the job, or Hitler didn't do it right, or Hitler did it right, or something like that, something along those lines. Those riots ended up injuring over 200 people, killed one. Something like 100 people got arrested. I think it was 88 or something like that. Anyway, he was right at the middle of all that. So, The hypocrisy is thick there. But before he had her on, he was speaking of I'll just tell you, he was having a fight with his teleprompter again. Apparently, he has a history of not being able to say the right thing when he's in front of a camera. So he decided to quote the late Aretha Franklin, whom he called his dear friend, and he said, "Show us some RESPICT." Poor old Al. People wonder why the media is not taken seriously and stuff like that. That's a classic example of it. He's literally the face of that network that he's on. And there's one of him on every network, and by one of him I mean an idiot who should not be there, put it that way. Spouting egregious things and wallowing in hypocrisy. Anyway, as Walter Cronkite used to say, and that's the way it is. I'm going to go finish this bowl. Try to enjoy the rest of my day. I encourage you to do the same. Enjoy your pipe. Ignore the hype.